Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something crucial for health, managing sleep apnea and asthma at the same time. It's a big challenge for many.
Hmm.
We've pulled together some fantastic insights from Asthma Friend, specifically their guide on better sleep and easier breathing,
Hmm.
really aiming for those aha moments for you.
Exactly. Our goal here is to cut through all the noise online, give you practical steps, maybe some surprising facts, and just a solid grasp on managing both conditions for better health, better sleep.
Think of it like a roadmap.
Yeah, roadmap to feeling better, building on that whole series from Asthma Friend.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. When you've got both sleep apnea and asthma and they're not treated, what's the actual danger? Is it just double trouble or something more?
It's definitely more. It's like an amplified risk situation.
Mhm.
Untreated sleep apnea seriously ramps up inflammation throughout your body.
Okay.
And that chronic inflammation basically makes your airways much more reactive.
More prone to asthma attacks.
So more frequent attacks,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
severe, both, yeah. And what's really tricky is it can make your usual asthma meds less effective. So you might find yourself needing higher doses or, extra treatments just to keep things under control.
Wow, that sounds like a really tough cycle to break. And it's not just about breathing, right? What else are we looking at?
No, it goes further. The cardiovascular risks really jump up. Those pauses in breathing from sleep apnea, they put a huge strain on your heart.
How so?
Well, your heart has to work harder constantly. Oxygen levels drop, blood pressure spikes with each apnea event. Over time, this seriously increases the risk of high blood pressure, stroke, even heart attacks.
And having asthma on top of that.
Exactly. The inflammation from asthma already raises those cardiovascular risks. Put them together. It's a genuinely dangerous mix for your heart health.
And I imagine just day-to-day life takes a hit too. It can't just be these major health scares.
Oh, absolutely. The impact on daily life is significant. Chronic fatigue is a big one. That constant exhaustion, even after what feels like a full night's sleep.
Yeah, the brain fog people talk about.
Precisely. Productivity drops. Focus is harder. And, if you're constantly tired, sticking to your asthma management plan, that gets really difficult, which of course makes the asthma worse. It's a vicious cycle.
Right.
And then there's the mental health aspect. Constant sleep disruption is a major trigger for stress, anxiety, even depression. Managing asthma is already tough. Add untreated sleep apnea, and those emotional struggles can really intensify.
This really brings us to those personal stories, like Siddhant's, which we found in the Asthma Friend materials. His journey really puts a face to these risks.
Yeah, Siddhant's story is quite telling. He mentioned initially ignoring his sleep apnea symptoms. He thought his breathing problems were just, temporary asthma flare-ups or maybe allergies.
Didn't connect the dots.
Right. It wasn't until he got properly diagnosed that he realized just how much the untreated sleep apnea was impacting his asthma, sure, but also his daily energy levels, his productivity, and his mood.
So it really highlighted the need for early recognition.
Absolutely. For him, getting diagnosed and treated wasn't just helpful, it dramatically improved his quality of life.
Yeah.
It's a strong case for paying attention to the signs.
Okay, so for listeners who might be thinking, this sounds familiar, what specific warning signs should they be looking out for to catch this early?
Good question.
Okay.
So key things. Persistent morning headaches. That can be a sign your brain wasn't getting enough oxygen overnight.
Right.
Extreme daytime fatigue, even when you think you've slept enough hours. Also, a noticeable increase in nighttime asthma symptoms is a big clue, or waking up suddenly gasping for breath.
Very.
Definitely. And don't overlook mood changes. Increased irritability or feeling down could also be linked to poor sleep quality from apnea.
So if you spot these signs, what's the immediate action plan?
Don't wait. First, talk to your doctor. Explain your symptoms clearly. Seriously, consider getting a sleep study. It could be a home test, which is more convenient, or one in a lab for more detailed info.
Okay.
And then, if something is diagnosed, start the recommended treatment promptly. Early action makes a huge difference.
Understanding the risks is vital, but knowing what to do is empowering. So let's shift gears. What practical, everyday lifestyle steps can someone take to manage both conditions better?
Yes, this is where you can really take control. And the great thing is, targeted lifestyle changes can make a really profound difference for both sleep apnea and asthma. We're talking significant improvements here.
Okay, let's get specific. Weight often comes up in health discussions. How does it connect here, maybe in a way people don't expect?
It's a big one. Excess weight, especially around the neck and chest area, physically narrows the airways. That makes sleep apnea worse.
Makes sense.
But here's the connection. Studies show even moderate weight loss, say 5–10% of body weight, can significantly reduce how often apnea events happen. And when apnea improves, people often see a surprising drop in their asthma flare-ups too.
Ah, so tackling one helps the other directly.
Exactly. It's a real two-for-one benefit. Less apnea, less strain, potentially less airway inflammation overall.
What about something as simple as how you sleep? Does position matter?
Yes, definitely. Positional therapy. Just sleeping on your side instead of your back can physically help keep the airway more open. Gravity isn't working against you as much.
Simple but effective.
Very. And you can get special pillows or even wearable devices like wedges or belts designed to gently encourage side sleeping if you tend to roll onto your back.
Interesting. And exercise. We know it's good generally, but any specific benefits for this combination?
Absolutely. Regular, moderate exercise, things like walking, swimming, yoga, cycling, strengthens your respiratory muscles.
Yeah.
That improves lung function over time.
Okay.
Plus, it promotes better sleep quality generally, which is crucial. But maybe think beyond just cardio. Things like targeted breathing exercises or even mindful movement like Tai Chi can help improve breathing patterns and potentially make airways less reactive.
You mentioned breathing exercises. I hear about those a lot for asthma. Do they really help with sleep apnea too?
They can, yes.
Yeah.
Techniques like diaphragmatic breathing, deep belly breathing, and certain yogic breathing practices like pranayama, they help regulate your breathing patterns.
How does that help sleep?
Well, better control can reduce airway inflammation, calm the nervous system, and just generally enhance sleep quality. Siddhant, from the Asthma Friend articles, actually found that doing breathing exercises regularly really helped him manage his asthma, especially the nighttime breathlessness.
That's a great personal insight. Okay, diet. Always a factor. What should people focus on food-wise?
Think anti-inflammatory. Since inflammation is a key player in both conditions, focusing your diet there can make a difference.
So what does that look like?
It means trying to avoid or reduce foods known to trigger inflammation. Things like heavily processed foods, lots of sugar, maybe dairy if you're sensitive.
And what should you eat more of?
Load up on anti-inflammatory foods, leafy greens, colorful berries, turmeric, ginger, fatty fish rich in omega-3s, nuts, seeds. These foods can actively help calm inflammation in your body.
It sounds like a lot of changes to make all at once, though. How did Siddhant manage it? Did he try everything immediately?
No, and that's a key point from his story. He focused primarily on weight reduction at first. His doctor stressed that this alone could bring substantial relief for both conditions.
So prioritizing worked for him.
Yes. He admitted it felt daunting initially, changing habits. But by gradually incorporating healthier eating and more activity, he started seeing positive results. It shows you don't need a complete overhaul overnight. Small, consistent steps add up.
That's really encouraging. And besides these bigger changes, what about simple daily habits?
Consistency is key. A regular sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up around the same time, even on weekends, helps regulate your body clock.
Right.
Keep tracking your symptoms. How are you feeling? Are nighttime issues improving? This helps you see what's working. And stay hydrated. Drinking enough water keeps airways moist, which can reduce irritation for asthma.
Good reminders. And the golden rule before making big changes.
Always talk to your doctor. Especially before starting a new diet or exercise plan, they can ensure it's safe and appropriate for your specific health situation. Personalized advice is crucial.
Okay, so we've covered lifestyle. Now, what about our surroundings and the tools available? How can optimizing our environment and using certain gadgets help manage sleep apnea and asthma?
Yeah, the environment plays a bigger role than people might think. Your bedroom should ideally be a sanctuary for sleep. Cool, dark, and quiet are the basics. For asthma specifically, using a good air purifier can make a huge difference by removing allergens, dust, and other airborne irritants.
And humidity? Does that matter?
It does. Dry air can irritate airways. A humidifier, especially a cool mist one, can help maintain comfortable humidity levels. This prevents dryness, which can worsen both conditions. Just be sure to keep it clean to avoid mold.
Good point. Okay, moving beyond the room itself, what about specific gadgets? What tools really make a difference here?
Well, the gold standard for treating moderate to severe sleep apnea is the CPAP machine, continuous positive airway pressure.
Right. How does it actually work?
It delivers pressurized air through a mask, keeping your airway open while you sleep. Prevents those breathing pauses. Finding a comfortable mask is key for sticking with it, and newer machines are pretty quiet.
Okay, CPAP is number one for apnea. What else?
Sleep trackers can be really useful. Fitness bands, smartwatches. They monitor your sleep stages, interruptions, maybe even oxygen levels sometimes.
How does that help?
It gives you objective data on your sleep quality, helps you see if the changes you're making are actually improving your sleep or identify patterns you weren't aware of.
Knowledge is power.
Exactly. And back to air quality. A high-quality air purifier with a HEPA filter is almost essential for many people with asthma. Removing those triggers from the bedroom air can lead to much better nights.
We mentioned humidifiers for dryness. Any specific type?
Cool mist humidifiers are generally recommended. They add moisture without heating the air, which is often better for breathing. And they carry less risk of bacterial growth compared to warm mist types, if not cleaned rigorously.
Makes sense. Did Siddhant use any of these tools? What was his experience?
He did. He actually trialed a ResMed CPAP machine and found it significantly improved his sleep. Less daytime fatigue, fewer asthma issues overnight. That was a big win for him.
Great.
He also uses his Apple Watch to track his sleep, finding the data really insightful for understanding his patterns. And he specifically mentioned adding an air purifier to his bedroom gave him almost immediate relief from airway irritation.
So a combination of tools really help his daily life.
Yeah, he felt it noticeably enhanced both his sleep and his asthma management. It shows how technology can really support the lifestyle changes.
So for people using these tools, any practical tips?
Absolutely. Keep everything clean. Regularly cleaning your CPAP mask, tubing, humidifier tank, and changing air purifier filters is crucial for hygiene and effectiveness.
Good point.
Keep monitoring your symptoms alongside using the tech. Are things improving? Do you need adjustments? And don't hesitate to talk to your doctor if things aren't getting better or if you're struggling with the equipment. They could help troubleshoot.
Okay, this brings up an interesting angle from the Asthma Friend resources. The specific challenges faced in places like India. What can we learn from that context that might apply more broadly?
That's a really important perspective. The challenges in India managing sleep apnea and asthma together, they often highlight issues of awareness, access, and cost that, frankly, exist to some degree everywhere.
So what are the main hurdles there?
Well, first is awareness. Sleep apnea is still widely underdiagnosed. People often mistake symptoms like fatigue or snoring for just being tired, or they blame it on their asthma, or just, a busy lifestyle.
So just recognizing it is the first barrier.
Exactly. Then there's access to diagnosis. Specialized sleep labs aren't everywhere, especially outside big cities. Home sleep studies are becoming more common, but they're still relatively new in many areas, so people might not know about them or trust them yet.
And assuming you get diagnosed, what about treatment costs?
That's a huge barrier. CPAP machines, the masks, ongoing supplies can be expensive.
Yeah.
Insurance coverage might be limited or non-existent for these things in some cases, putting treatment out of reach for many.
That's tough. Are there social factors too?
Yes, sometimes. There can be misconceptions, maybe even a bit of stigma, about using a medical device like a CPAP machine while sleeping. And in cultures with joint family living arrangements, family dynamics might influence whether someone consistently uses their therapy or makes necessary lifestyle changes. Gaining family support is often key.
It paints a challenging picture. So what practical solutions are people finding to navigate these hurdles, things others could maybe learn from?
Definitely. Increasing awareness is key, and online resources, webinars, patient communities like Asthma Friend are vital for this. People sharing their own stories helps tremendously in symptom recognition.
Peer support.
Absolutely. For diagnosis, pushing for more accessible options like home sleep studies helps. And telemedicine is a game changer, allowing consultations with specialists even if they aren't nearby.
What about the cost of CPAP?
People are getting creative. Looking into rental programs for CPAP machines can lower the initial cost. Sometimes reputable suppliers offer certified secondhand devices. Researching local clinics or hospitals for any subsidized programs is also worth doing.
And the community aspect you mentioned.
It's crucial. Educating family members about why treatment is important can build that essential support network at home. And connecting with local or online support groups provides practical tips, shared experiences, and just encouragement. Knowing you're not alone makes a big difference.
Did Siddhant face these specific issues? How did he manage?
He absolutely did. His diagnosis came after he was already involved with Asthma Friend, and he hit those walls of affordability and finding the right local specialists.
So what worked for him?
He explored CPAP rental options, which made it feasible. He used telemedicine for expert advice he couldn't get locally, but he really stressed how invaluable the Asthma Friend community was.
How so?
People shared practical info, like costs for sleep studies in different cities, their experiences with different CPAP machine brands, tips for adjusting to the mask. That collective real-world knowledge was a huge help for him in starting and sticking with treatment.
That really shows the power of shared experience. So, wrapping up this section, what are the universal proactive steps?
Keep talking to your doctor. Specifically, ask about affordable options. Work on creating a supportive environment at home for therapy. And stay informed. Keep learning about new technologies, resources, support networks available to you wherever you are. Be your own advocate.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. It's so clear that understanding this link between sleep apnea and asthma and taking proactive steps is incredibly empowering. It's not just about managing symptoms, is it?
Not at all. It's about improving your whole quality of life. Timely recognition, making those targeted lifestyle changes, using the right tools, and leaning on community to support these things together can make a profound difference to your overall health.
We've covered a lot, but there's always more depth. We really encourage everyone listening to head over to the Asthma Friend website. You can find that full, comprehensive guide to better sleep and easier breathing series we've been drawing from. It really expands on everything we touched on.
It's a great resource.
And definitely consider joining the Asthma Friend community. Share your own journey, ask questions, learn from others. It's a reminder that, you don't have to face asthma or these combined challenges alone. We really are in this together.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think about how often we tend to put our health issues into separate boxes.
Yeah.
Asthma here, sleep problems there.
Right.
But as we've seen today, conditions like asthma and sleep apnea are deeply interconnected. Understanding those links can be the key. So maybe ask yourself, what other connections might exist in your health journey? Things that, if you understood them better, could unlock significant improvements in how you feel every day. Maybe starting with something as fundamental as a good night's sleep.
That's a powerful question to ponder. Thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive today. We really appreciate your time and curiosity. Until next time, take care, keep breathing easier, and sleep well.